Okay, let's do award predictions. And I'm not going to necessarily go through these in order. I want to think it through. And I want to stick with what I felt the whole way through. I think Toronto's going to go on quite a run. I see them as being President's Trophy winners. And apologies again to the city of Winnipeg that I'm picking them as the Cup favorite. We know that's a bad thing. It's weird, isn't it? You know, they talk about President's Trophy jinx. I'm starting to think that being picked as a Cup winner might be a jinx. I'm going to look through all my old annuals, and I'm going to find out how many get it right and how many don't, and is it really a sign that team won't win? Calder. You know, I want to go with Darlene in Buffalo, right? But defensemen typically start a little slower. And when you're looking for somebody who's going to get prime ice time right out of the gate, have a chance to play top four right away, Pettersson in Vancouver is going to have a fantastic chance. Elias Pettersson is going to have an amazing chance to prove himself right off the bat. So I think he'll get it. Now, Norris Trophy, I got a funny feeling about this one too. Erik Karlsson had a really bad year. He had an awful year by his standard, and even, you know, both ends days. But, and I'm not putting up the team because we don't know if he's going to finish the season with Ottawa or not. Either he's going to come out like a demon possessed at the start of the year with Ottawa, or he's going to get traded. That weight's going to come off his shoulders, and he's going to start playing really, really well. Wherever Erik Karlsson ends up, if he has an Erik Karlsson level season, because of the fact we've been talking about him so much in the offseason, and there's so much stuff that's happened with him, he will get Norris votes. Absolutely. Selke. I'm going to go with Barkov in Florida. I really think Barkov's going to get it. I think he's due. I think it's his time. He's going to grow into that role. And I really think, honestly, he's going to get that shot at being the best defensive forward in the league and be recognized by everybody for what he's able to do. Bergeron will always be a threat, and if Bergeron has a good year, then he'll get it. Now, the Lindsay Award is kind of easy because Connor McDavid is the best player in the game. Connor McDavid, to me, is the best player in the game. He could very well get the Ted Lindsay Trophy. But I'm not picking Edmonton to make the playoffs. Because I'm not picking Edmonton to make the playoffs, I can't turn around and say, well, you know, McDavid's going to get the Hart Trophy, because the Hart Trophy typically goes to a player who's on a team in the playoffs. I knew I was forgetting one. Richard Trophy. And anybody who's been watching my videos over the last couple of days knows I'm picking Ovechkin to win it, because I'm not going to pick Ovechkin not to win it. Not this year. I picked Tarasenko last summer, and I was wrong. I was pretty much just wrong. The Vezina Trophy is tricky. I don't think it goes to Rene again. Now, we're all picking Winnipeg to do really well. So I'll kind of go out on a limb here and go with Hellebuck from Winnipeg. I think Connor Hellebuck will get a real shot at the Vezina, especially if Winnipeg does finish first in the West and manages to work some magic. Now, the Hart Trophy's tricky. If I'm picking Toronto to finish first overall, odds are their most valuable player wins the Hart. Maybe. That being said, you know, I'm picking San Jose to win their division. I'm picking Winnipeg to win their division. And the Hart Trophy can be really difficult to pick, and here's why. The fact that Taylor Hall won it in New Jersey and McKinnon was the runner-up has me thinking that if McKinnon can have a good season and Colorado makes the playoffs again, if McKinnon plays like he did last year at all, there's no reason McKinnon can't win a Hart Trophy this season. But that's if he repeats last year and Hall falls back. So it's not an easy one to pick, but it's possible. Very, very possible. Now, if you're going to talk about the Jack Adams for Coach of the Year, and again, you have to go with a team that missed the playoffs last year and comes out and plays well this year. It's either a coach of a team that wasn't supposed to be there at all, or a coach who's brand new to a team and they're resurrected. In this case, I'm going to go with Mike Yeo from St. Louis because it's kind of the easy pick. Because St. Louis, I think we're all looking at as being a better team. They should be back in the playoffs after missing the playoffs last year. But honorable mention to Paul Maurice and to Mike Babcock. Toronto gets the President's Trophy. Absolutely, Mike Babcock could end up getting Coach of the Year based on Toronto being first. But again, this is why it is a fun time of year to look at where teams are and where teams are going to be and where they could end up, and to have these debates on a channel like this. So let me know your picks for the trophies. Who do you think's going to win each one? And, again, this will be something we can look back on in 8, 9, 10 months and say, hey, look, that person was right. So thank you guys very much for all the support. Greatly appreciated during this kind of dead time for hockey. But dead time or not, we're still talking hockey. So let me know your picks for who you think's going to win each trophy, and be interested to read what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. I'll talk to you again soon.